Alright, how's it going, guys? We got another day in the shop, and I got the Ford back in here, as you can see behind me. And I don't know if I'm really going to work on it today, but I'm going to try and see if I can make something fit in the frame. So now, in case you guys are wondering, this is what I want to try and test fit. It's I don't know what model number it is. It's a Cadet rear end. And yeah, so I want to try and fit this into that. And like, it's got right now the tractor has a 2300 Peerless, and it's a solid rear end. It's got like those are either 1 inch or better axle shafts, and it's a heavy rear end, but as you can see there's a gearbox with a pulley and a belt, and with that setup I just can't get the power to the ground, and like that's been one of my weakest links right from day one, like even with the worn out gas engine. So yeah, we're gonna do a bunch of measurements today and see what it will take to make this thing fit, and I want to rip the rear cover off the tranny just to see what's going on inside, because those axle shafts there, they've been out for a couple years now. As you can see, they're all rusted up, so I got to clean them up with a wire wheel. And yeah, so we'll go from there. Well, boys, this is what I'm into right now. I got the both rear wheels pulled off there, and it shouldn't be too hard. It's still gonna be a lot of work, but I did a quick measurement, and from the inside of this part here to the inside of this part here is about 1 inch wider than the sides of the diff here, from this part here and that part there. Basically uses the 2 bolts on the other side to mount the back of the tranny, and then one on the other side on the front on the reduction housing. So I don't know how far I want to go apart ripping this today, but it shouldn't be too bad, I don't think. Like, all this is going to have to be removed. The hitch is going to have to be pulled off. I'll have to make a new one up. The stock hitch right there, that'll have to be pulled off. Like, it'll probably end up having to be cut off. So it'll basically just be these two excuse me, these two steel pieces from the original frame coming down. And it'll probably have to be like cut down here, and then put like 1/2 inch spacers on either side with the holes matched for the rear end. But I think it should work. Alright, boys, well, I got the hitch and the wheelie bars pulled off, as you can see in the pile right there. It's basically down to the frame with the stock hitch, and everything's a lot more open now. But what I'm thinking, it'll have to be cut probably right along here, and same spot on the other side, just to kind of like raise that part up. This rear end will have to be pulled out, and then they'll have to be like I said earlier, they'll have to be 1/2 inch shims just on the inside of the frames, just so we can fit the 2 bolts on the the side of the diff. So yeah, I really don't think it'll be that bad. Hardest part will be lining up the drive line, because like that gearbox will have to come out, and then there'll be a bearing block probably right about where that is, and then underneath that shroud I'll have to make up probably an adapter plate. But I'm looking into buying a clutch, like a triple disc clutch for Cub Cadet pulling tractor, and the triple disc is quite a bit smaller than the twin disc, and it'll hold almost as much power. But this thing's only a 2-cylinder, so it's not like it's a whole lot. Considering both clutches are good for up to 100 foot-pounds of torque, whereas these are about 20, between 26 and 30 foot-pounds, I think, which is, I got a long way to go before I get up to where the clutch is maxed out. Alright guys, so I got the cover off the back of the diff, and you can see the carrier unit in there. I found both C-clips in there. It doesn't look too bad. There's a little bit of filings that came out with the oil, and that's all the oil I got out of it, which isn't really that much. Like, you can see a little bit kind of pooled up in the bottom, but there's really not a whole lot in there, considering the amount that's actually supposed to be in there. So anyways, I think I might get the cover pulled off the reduction housing on the front, and we will go from there. Alright guys, I got the cover off the reduction housing, and as you can see, there's really nothing special about it. It's just a steel cover. One of the reasons I want to use this rear end is that just by changing that reduction gear, like the 2 reduction gears, can drastically change the speed of the tractor, and there is a retarded amount of places you can get them and a retarded amount of different ratios you can get. So you don't even have to change the pinion and crown gear, which is a little more involved, but the reduction housing, like the reduction gear, it's quite a bit simpler to change. So I don't know, let me know what you guys think of this build, or like of this modification. I think this is going to make the tractor pretty much bulletproof, all said and done, by the time I get a cub clutch, that cub rear end put in, and the frame modified to fit it. I think this thing will be pretty much bulletproof, and we'll actually be able to get the power to the ground. So, like I said, let me know what you guys think, and rate, comment, subscribe if you already haven't, and I'll see you guys in the next video.